We always do the stalking. Hi, everybody. Today's unplanned show.
Yes, not planned at all.
We were going to do the classic 1968 Ford LTD Country Squire, but we decided today instead to take a drive in the Polestar once again. Hey, look, we're now live on YouTube.
There you go.
So we're going to start the show. We're going to go for a drive. We're going to answer your questions as we drive. Just started raining, which it was not supposed to do.
That's right.
There's supposed to be no rain in the forecast for the next 10 days. But the forecast is similar to the ferry schedule.
That's right. You can't rely on it.
You cannot rely on it. So let's start the show. I don't know if that ran or not. It looked like it just stalled. Let's try it again. All right. So we'll start today by saying good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to CarYada with Raffi and Dan. That's Raffi over there.
That's Dan.
It's so easy to point the right direction.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about the zooming thing.
Yeah. Some exciting things that have happened in the news. We might as well do this real quick before we start.
All right.
Two big things happened this week in the automotive world. Number one, Fisker. Oh, well, that works.
Yeah.
Fisker, that didn't work. Usually if you do the thumbs up, it sends something to.
Oh, okay.
Or if you do.
Yeah, that usually does it.
Yay.
But maybe it only does it once after
I
you
guess
do it.
so.
Fisker,
who's come and gone before, filed for bankruptcy yet again. If you're interested in a Fisker Ocean, they're going to be very, very cheap.
Yes. 25 grand, I think.
Yes, but a lot of them are going to be going to auction. And apparently some of them even went to auction through some of my sources and were returned with 10 miles on them.
Wow.
For windows not working, for propulsion systems not working, for basic electrical not working. They're pieces of chit. C-H-I-T. I would not buy one.
God bless.
You couldn't
Fisker.
give me one. I guess you could give me one.
I'll tell you this. Henrik Fisker is probably one of the best contemporary automobile designers in the world. Super talent. He designed the Tesla, basically. He designed Aston Martins. He designed all kinds of really successful and great-looking cars.
BMWs.
Yes. Then he started his own company, and his first company, Fisker Automotive, had two cars that he modified on existing platforms, BMW 6 and Mercedes. And so he rebodied them with the Tramonto, and I can't remember what the name of the other one was, just offhand. But they were good-looking cars, very unique, very special. And because they had proven underpinnings, they were good cars. And they still hold their value today. They're hard to find. But they're great looking cars, very unique, and
also very unreliable.
No. These were Mercedes and BMWs.
The Fisker Karma?
No. That's the next.
Oh, he had one before that.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Before that made these cars, which were built on. They were basically rebodied BMW 6 Series cars and Mercedes 500s. And they were great looking cars. You'll have to search for them to see them, but great looking cars. They sold well, they did well, and he used the money from that and the sort of hype from that to start Fisker to build the Karma. And the Karma was a nightmare. But the thing that really, really killed the karma was, not only that, okay, they caught on fire, but electric cars. It was one of the earliest electric cars.
It was a plug-in hybrid, actually. It was supposed to be electric.
Yes.
And it had a 4-cylinder Chevy Cobalt engine in it.
Yes, and it was enormous, huge car. I don't know if you've seen one.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous, though.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wide, low.
Yes, God help you if you sat in the back seat, because getting out was impossible. Anyway, but the biggest problem, the thing that did them in, was they lost over 100 cars in a transport ship that was sunk in a typhoon, and down to the seafloor went millions of dollars, and they just couldn't recover from that.
And I think it goes back to what I've said before. If you came up with a car,
yes,
don't call it the Raffi.
Yes,
don't call it the Manasian. I don't do a Rosenberg.
That's right.
I think if you have to go back to Dodge. I mean, Shelby wasn't really their own cars; it was their own rebrand of cars.
Right.
But DeLorean, Bricklin, Tucker.
Yep. Vector. Well, no, not Vector, because that wasn't the Weigert. Yeah, you name it after you. Bitter. That's another one. Eric Bitter. And it's like it can't survive.
Yeah. Luckily, Tesla was named after Nikola Tesla.
Yes.
And not by Elon Musk.
Yes.
He came in late. I love how people. I just noticed this too. Someone I know. Yeah, you're gonna build a pepper. Yeah, don't build the pepper.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Adam says the Polestar cosplays as the Stormtrooper at Comic-Con. It does. I'm going to take it to Comic-Con next year.
That's a good idea. Good to see you guys, by the way.
Yes.
Ray and Adam. Nice. Thanks for joining us.
So, how's the sound, by the way? We're using the Bluetooth in the car, but I can turn the Bluetooth off if you want, and we could use the phone audio. We're not using our microphones today because of a technical glitch.
Yes.
I slept in. I never sleep in.
I know. I was so surprised. I drove up here and I'm thinking, where the heck is Dan? Dan is always here.
Wow. It's one of those days. Sound is fine. Good.
All right.
So then the other big news was there's a company called CDK Global, which, if you're in the car industry, you had two operating systems. You had Reynolds and Reynolds. And when I was in the car industry, you had ADP.
ADP is the one.
And ADP became CDK.
Okay.
CDK had a cyber attack.
Oh.
KDC Garage says other mics were better, got background noise this way. Well, let me try to get rid of, sorry about the finger there.
Well, I don't know why we stopped talking.
There we go. Yeah, I know.
Is that better, KDC?
How does that sound? That might be a little better. I'm not sure. Also, the CarYada Facebook page, we can no longer stream on because Facebook made a rule you have to have at least 100 followers. So if you were looking for us there and you found us on the CarYada YouTube channel, which is where we really want to have everything be.
Yeah.
We want to make this 100% on there, but we still have some stragglers. Anyway, so CDK Global, which runs 15,000 car dealerships in the country, had a cyber attack and they had to completely shut down. And dealers could not do transactions. They could not see their inventory. They could not do service on cars. Everything was gone.
Wow.
Still got some air noise. Well,
turn that off.
That could be this.
Yeah. How's that?
Maybe that helped it.
Yeah.
We're getting really hot in here, though. We're not even moving yet.
Although
this car doesn't move much. It doesn't make much noise when we move. Oh yeah, the air is right behind it.
That's probably what
blowing
it's
right
up.
on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so bingo. Thank you. Oh wait, we're there we go. Bingo. Thank you, KDC Garage.
Yeah. By the way, now's a good time. If you have any questions, we usually get some questions ahead of time. Sometimes I get them by text on my phone. I'll check them now. Usually I'll get something funny from one of my friends.
You can also text us.
Yes, at the
we have a text line.
I want you to post that on the screen here. He's looking for it. There it is.
You can text us right there if you like. All of that goes to this phone, and then I won't be able to read it, but it'll pop down real quick.
You'll see it. Yeah.
All right. So
cyber shutdown.
So they got cyber hacked, and a ton of companies were freaking out. I think it's going to help Cox Automotive,
probably
where I work, because they don't have Reynolds and Reynolds, but they have another product that you can use. They have several of them. But it goes back to the question: do you want to have your entire business in the cloud, or should you have some sort of a backup? No more Facebook. Just not today. We need 100 followers on Facebook, KDC Garage, on the CarYada channel. They changed the rules. You're not allowed to stream anymore unless you have 100. We can start driving, I guess. Yeah. So it turns out they got a ransom.
Oh, they did.
Somebody said they want tens of millions of dollars to turn them back on.
Well, and it's an interesting thing when it comes to cyber ransom. Insurance companies now will basically just pay it because it's cheaper than trying to spend the time and the money to do the actual recovery work. So instead, they just say, just pay the money. They ask for tens of millions of dollars. They said, look, we'll give you $5 million to make it go away. And oftentimes, that's what they end up doing. Boy, this car is so fast. It's just insane how quick this car is.
Oh, yeah, there's 60 right there.
That's just nuts how fast this car is. And there's no sound at all with it. In the old days, you get in a car like I did in my buddy's, he had a 340 Duster, and it was really built. And that thing was just a freaking shotgun how fast that thing was. But it had a motor that was like, blah, blah, and it smelled like gas. And it feels like I'm at a high-end movie theater. And there's nothing about it tells you that you're going that fast. Like we're going 60 and
56. It's not exaggerate in the 40 speed zone. Now here's the thing too, is like I can get past all these people.
Yeah, well. Oh, are you gonna pass that Kia? Oh yeah, I guess you are. You're insane.
The guy with the red and blue lights. How rude. Turn those lights off.
Turn those lights off. That's insane how fast this thing is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And this isn't even
it's crazy. Just nuts. So anyway, so many of these companies will pay, the insurance company will just pay, and they'll say, look, here's some money. Hey, don't worry about it because it's cheaper than trying to recover it and rebuild your system. So that's and these guys know it, and the cyber attacks are actually getting smaller, not bigger, because they go after the smaller stuff, and many of these smaller companies will just pay the ransom to make it go away. But that is big money for a lot of these, and many of them are run by
Russian bots.
Yeah, and they hire young kids who are very good at doing computer work.
A lot of them don't know what they're doing.
No.
They don't know what they're breaking into. They don't know.
They're just hired to do the work, and then it gets turned into problem law breaking.
Yeah. So that was big. If you're a car dealer and all of a sudden you can't transact. Now CDK Global has said, we always turn everything back on. We've got full functionality, but apparently they don't. So we'll see what happens there.
What does Ray say?
Ray says, I'll put that up for everybody else to read. Can you read it from there?
I cannot. This is even smaller here. Guys, can you help
diagnose our son-in-law's engine noise?
Oh, okay.
Ray, what does it sound like? Describe now.
It's not timing chain. Well,
it's mechanic says it's not timing chain. It's not exhaust noise. Exhaust mechanic says it's nothing exhaust related.
No check engine light. Oh, he sent a movie with the.
Yeah, we can't play that, Ray, while we're driving.
So, is it a timing chain driven engine? So, what type of engine is it? What type of car?
Yeah, what's the year, make, model?
And it's not. He says it's not an exhaust leak. So that's it. And if it's not, the first thing I'll suggest if I hear the tap 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 or clack 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 it'll be an exhaust leak. The second thing would be valve train. You could have a stuck valve, something along those lines. It depends on what the engine is, because if you have an overhead cam engine, you're going to get different sound.
2016 Lexus.
Oh, wow. Okay. And which engine? Because Lexus has different engines that they.
I think those are all timing belt engines.
Yes, they're all belted engines, but there are different ones. There's a V6 and there's a V8. I'm thinking here. What
KDC Garage asks if it's what kind of noise. Is it tapping, clicking, squeaking, squealing?
Yeah, all of that type of stuff. The squealing, that could be just serpentine belt. It could be a bearing and a pulley. But if it's a tap, 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 or clack, 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 that's it could be a number of different things. It could be the air compressor going bad. He says he sent video.
Yeah, I know. I can't.
Yeah, but you can't. We can't.
We're driving, Ray. I can't
pull
it up, and I can't stop the show to listen to it, unfortunately.
But we will.
We'll diagnose it for next week. If the car doesn't die by then.
Yeah. Oh, we've got traffic here.
Of course.
We're going to end up turning around.
No. They're not working today.
They're not?
No.
I don't know. They might not be, but.
One of them is open. One of the roundabouts has opened.
Oh, that's good. Maybe that's why it stopped. People can't figure it out.
You're having 2 roundabouts built on this one road here.
So Ray, you got me curious now.
Ray's like, pull over. Well, I'd literally have to turn the show off too, Ray.
Let's see.
I would say get a new car. That's what I do. If I can't diagnose the noise, I just go shopping.
Well, KDC Garage is right. You need to get a lot more diagnostic information, and listening to it over the digital audio, it's going to change it. One of the things that's important to do is listen carefully to the engine, what side it's coming from. Is it coming from the front of the engine? It's coming from the back. It says he just bought the car, so that's not good. But hopefully it's.
Wait, Ray, did he buy it from you?
Yeah, I sold my son a lemon, and now he wants the money back.
It's a Lexus. It's pronounced lemon.
Lemon. No, there's no such thing as a Lexus that's a lemon. I've never heard of one. Not a single one.
It could be a very simple thing, like Raffi's saying, a loose pulley.
It could be anything. It could be a bearing and a pulley. It could be the air compressor. The air compressor, because you're coming up on 10 years with that car. If it was a Western States car or a dry desert car, then the air conditioning was used pretty much all the time. So, and dry climates that use a lot of air conditioning, they'll neglect the oil that needs to go, or the lubrication that needs to go into the compressor. The systems get out a lot faster. They used to do what they call lube oil and filter change, and now people go to a shop to get that done, and they just change your oil and put in a new filter, and they won't actually do the other lubricants in the car that are necessary to keep it running smoothly. Moist climates like Washington, Oregon, some of the northern states, not going to have dry problems where bearings and grease tend to dry out faster. So that's also a possibility.
Look at that.
Yeah. Boy, they're making it happen here.
There's the new light stands over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is going to be big time. I have to get the lights up on that side. Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. How about some of these lines that were drawn? We talked about those before? Somebody put on a blindfold and painted lines on the road.
Construction is always a fascination for me. It's stuff that gets done and seems like it takes forever, and then
it's done.
Then it's
done. These lines.
Yeah, that's great.
It might be Morse code.
Could be.
Or it could have been Braille. I'm not
I
sure.
think these guys get out and do it, and they think, okay, let's do it crooked and mess with people's heads.
Well, I think it makes you pay more attention to it.
It certainly does.
They do that in England. There's all these zigzag
Yeah.
lines on the side of the road,
Yeah.
like before you get to a crosswalk, and it makes you really pay attention.
Did you hear about this place? I think it's in Holland. There was an entrance into the city, and then, actually entrance into a small town from the main road, and people were blowing through there way too fast.
And they paint something on the side of a rock.
No, they had topless women stand out and hold up placards that said, "Slow down. Thank you for slowing down."
That'll get you to slow down.
They slowed down.
Wow.
Yep. And the topless women were paid by the township as ambassadors, as traffic ambassadors.
Well, that's a booby trap right there.
But there you go.
See, I was thinking of what the joke would be.
Yes, you always work.
Oh, you bought it at 405 Motors?
Hmm.
Well, you know they bought that from CarMax
Yeah,
with major engine.
could be. Could be. Oh, look at that. Nice visual this week. Across the Agate Pass Bridge.
Gorgeous. Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah. The
Now I'm thinking of running to Yankapart in Paulsville after we do the car wash,
okay.
because it's not that far away. We could run in there pretty quick and see. We have another car coming up in a few, probably next week. Oh no, next week's 4th of July weekend, isn't it?
Yes. We're
Oh no, wait.
No,
that's
no,
the
we
6th.
have one
Oh
more.
no, that's
what's today? Today the 20th?
today's the 22nd.
Yeah, geez. What's
So
happening?
next week's the 29th. All right. So
Yeah, we have another one before that.
another one. So next week we're going to have a very special car. We can't talk about yet.
A very special
A
episode.
surprise car. The 68 LTD is almost ready to if we're going to put it up on Bring a Trailer.
Mhm.
Now a 68 Ranch Wagon
Mm.
just sold, I think, for 7,600 with 30,000 original miles. Now it wasn't a Country Squire,
Yeah.
but it did have the 390.
And it sold for 7,600.
Yeah.
And it was in much better condition.
It was a fantastic. It was 30,000 miles.
Wow.
Original paint, everything.
Wow.
So that other one that sold for 40 doesn't make sense. I almost think it's two dealers like selling them to each other to raise the value so that they can try to retail it.
Well, there's some classic value in the Country Squire.
I mean, Class 4 on Haggerty has it at $7,600. Class 1 has it in the 40s. So it's definitely a 4.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, we'll see what happens. Well, gas prices have come down.
wow.
$4.19.
Oil and gas and diesel right now are the exact same price, $4.19.
What does KDC say?
I don't know. I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I have auto drive on this. I can look away. Hold on a second. There we go.
Story.
I saw a story. There we go. Everybody else read it too. I saw a story where a guy was using a hair. Oh, this will stop. A hair dryer painting a radar gun. People slow. Oh yeah. People use a hair dryer. And it looks like a radar gun.
Yeah, the side of the road type of thing. Sure. Yeah, what were you? So we were talking about methods to slow people down on the roadway, but the roundabout actually does a really good job of slowing people down. It's expensive, so probably way more expensive than a guy in a fake police suit holding a hairdryer.
Well, in New Orleans, when I used to live in New Orleans, Adam might remember this. They had like a half plastic mold police car, like just as a half of a police car sitting in the woods as you're approaching the airport. And it got people to slow down because, there's a cop sitting there. But it was just like a plastic,
like a scarecrow.
Yeah, it was like a cardboard cutout, basically, of a police car, but it was like made with molded plastic.
There you go.
So it's 3-dimensional. Now here's another thing they're building: a big.
This is for the
big
salmon,
bridge,
isn't it?
Apparently.
So the fish can flow.
I mean, look over there, how much they've dug out.
Yeah. Wow.
And then, because the fireworks people are like, "Hey, we have our business.
Yeah.
And they were using this as a staging area. They dug this entire side out to make a staging area.
Wow. Look at that.
So I'm guessing when it's all said and done, there's gonna be fireworks on that side too.
Yeah, probably.
That was probably their agreement. It's, all right, we'll build you another one.
Well, in some of the more rural areas where there isn't enough resources to control the traffic and to keep people from driving within the speed limit, they have posted road signs with like large billboards and with attractive images to distract the drivers.
Well, a lot of times they'll put up the automated radar gun,
Yeah.
with the numbers, and if you're going over the speed limit, a red and blue light will flash. And I'm like, well, that gets your attention.
It sure does. Yeah. Actually, I was thinking a great app might be that if your car exceeds the speed limit by too much while you're driving, it just automatically puts it digitally in your rearview mirror.
I saw
that would stop me.
I saw a meme. Somebody said, "Hey, I'm going 50 and a 35. Get off my ass and turn off those annoying red and blue lights."
There you go. I saw somebody pass me on this side when I came through.
I've seen that a few times. People are like,
holy cow. They view that as the passing lane. There, that was the roundabout. That was exciting.
Excitement. In a lot of small towns, they just put a dummy car in town. Yeah. Bainbridge has done that. I've seen just a car just sitting there.
Yep, it works.
They just park one of their cars.
It works.
Our old police chief, I don't know our police chief now, but our old police chief used to just say he wasn't about writing tickets. He was about getting you to slow down.
Yeah.
And drive safe. And, he would tell his officers, give warnings. I was driving once when I had my old Tesla, and I drove by a cop, and he's put his hand out the window like that, like, slow down. But he didn't pull me over.
I liked him, Hamner.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. A car guy, too.
I call him triple pension guy.
That's right. Triple pen hand.
His best friend growing up was named Dan Rosenberg. So as soon as we met, he was like, "We're going to be friends." I'm like, "Great." And I started talking about a ticket I got, and then he started telling me the story about his wife, how she fought a ticket. I'm like, "Wait, your wife got a ticket?" He was basically letting me know, "I'm not helping you."
Jay Leno tells a great story about how he had gone with his McLaren. He has a McLaren F1. It's a $30 million car. How he'd gone to a show
that he bought for $800,000.
Yeah.
And people call him crazy. Yeah. $800,000.
That's right. So he takes the car to the show, and these guys show up, and they've got tattoos, and they're big, and they're, he describes them as being very gangster. And they're talking about the car, and he's being polite about it. And he says, well, you guys want to go for a ride? And it's a three-person car.
This guy in the middle, right? One on each side.
Yeah, the driver's in the middle.
Driver's in the middle.
So they get, and they're in the car, and they're driving, and so he comes up to this tunnel section through, and the guys go, "Come on, give it some beans." And so he gooses it, comes out of the tunnel, and the lights go on, and he's going over 100 miles an hour, and bloop bloop bloop. And then they pull over, and Jay's thinking,
select an upgrade, or if you don't want an upgrade,
I don't want an upgrade.
So Jay's thinking, "Oh no, this is going to cost me." And the cop comes to the door, and the guy sitting in the passenger seat, they flash their badges, and they go, "It's okay, he's with us." And they let him go.
Wow.
Yeah.
All these workers are so happy here.
I know. They're told to smile.
Uh-huh. They used to wear a shirt and tie.
Really?
Yeah. Because Mr. Odermatt was in the military.
Ah.
And when he started this,
oh, what was that?
That was my wheel.
Ouch.
Being engaged.
Maybe it didn't plan.
That was their thing.
Ah. How heavy is this car? Do you know the weight of it?
I don't know.
It feels like it's a heavy car.
Well, the batteries make it very heavy.
Well, yeah. But
Well, this might get loud and annoying in here. We're not really sure.
I think it will because there's a lot of spray.
While we're doing that, I'm going to turn the air on just a touch.
There you go.
It's been a little hot in here. So, my Father's Day card for my mom. Would you like it? We can talk. He's like, so this other car that we're going to have next week.
Are we going to drive it?
It's not raining. I guess that might give it a little bit of a clue away. We also have a Saab, a 99 Saab convertible that is on Facebook Marketplace that I can't give away.
You can't give it away.
I mean, I got an $800 offer.
800.
Yeah, for running and driving Saab.
No, it's worth more than that because running and driving cars nowadays used to be $700 to $1,000. If it runs and drives, and it's
I thought there was no soap on our car.
No.
Did you see any soap?
It was earlier.
That's weird.
Anyway, nowadays, I don't think I've ever seen a running and driving car for less than $1,500.
Yeah, that's what I told the guy.
Yeah.
But
800.
I would take $1,500 to get rid of that thing.
Yeah. But it's a good car. I mean, the time you've had it, it's
Runs
not.
and drives. The top just won't go down. The micro switches on the ledge need to be fixed.
How much is that?
I don't know. It's a car that's no longer made. These are the blowers going off here. It's drying the car off, and we're about to drive out into slight rain.
There we go. Dan's activating his built-in iPad. Yeah, every car now has this built-in iPad, the touch screen.
I was trying to figure out where my maps are. There should be a Google Maps thing on there.
There
I
should.
see it. Because I was going to type in.
Oh, the
Yeah.
junkyard?
Yeah. Navigate to Yank Apart, Paulsbo.
All right, American Legion Park. Let's go.
No!
Let's go to American Legion Park. Well,
Stop.
there's American Legion Park in Spolsbo. That's
Oh my
fair
God.
enough. That did sound like.
Navigate to Yank Apart in Paulsbo.
Yankee Park. All right.
There you go.
All right. We're like 10 minutes away.
10 minutes. All right.
We have time, right?
Sure. Go
All
walk. Walk the park. That's, modern technology.
Did you? There's a Curb Your Enthusiasm where he's trying to get Siri to give him directions, and she keeps saying, he starts just screaming, "No, you stupid!" He's going on and on.
Well, if you watch some of those old 50s and 60s era, this is the future of automobile travel.
Yes, they all have that voice.
Yes. In Tomorrowland, in 2010, we'll be driving on electrified roadways. Fuel won't be used for contemporary vehicles. Instead, we'll be driving on small atomic clusters that drive our vehicles electrically on the highway. And then, the father of the, nuclear family will lean over and say, drive to grandma's house. And then off it'll go to grandma's house. The kids will be playing checkers in the back seat, and everybody looks like they're in a sofa driving around in the car. And this is how they imagined being in the future. And some of that stuff,
That's happening.
it's the way it is today. Although we still don't have flying cars.
Well, we do.
Yeah,
They're called helicopters.
Yeah, they're just not everywhere, and they're not $50,000. I read a really good article a couple days ago about the subject was, where is the $25,000 electric car? And they make them.
Where did my map go?
in China, and they're inexpensive electric cars, but they don't make them available here. Obviously, for safety reasons, primarily, because they're not made to the same level of safety. But the do you know what the lowest price electric car is today on the market? The price, not the vehicle.
The lowest priced, I think, is the Chevy Bolt,
Yes, the Chevy Bolt.
which they stopped making, but then they started back because they're like, oh, we got to keep making these.
Yeah,
Although you can get a Tesla pretty cheap too now.
but not the new ones.
Model 3.
How much is a Model 3?
You can get one in the sub 40 now, like 37 before the $7,500 discount.
37's not bad.
And I think they set it up so all Model 3s are part of the 7,500 now.
Ah, okay.
And the Model Y as well.
Well, the Bolt is the cheapest. I think you can get a Bolt out the door with decent options for the mid to high.
27?
Oh no, they're a little more than that.
Oh.
They're like 30.
What is its range?
I don't know. You're like we're like in the car wash again. It's that much rain now.
It was just sprinkling before, now it's pouring.
Yeah.
There was no rain in the forecast today.
It's almost like we're living in Washington.
Wow.
Yep. This will not be a good day to stop at the pickup park.
Well, we'll see how the rain is when we get there. If it's still pouring, we'll just turn around. At least we'll know where it is.
Well, you can see we're driving into it.
I don't know. It looks kind of, I don't know. It looks lighter there than above us.
Yeah. So, question that came last week to me was, will there ever be a reduction in car production? In other words,
Car reduction.
will car sales and car manufacturing has gone up since we started building cars, and it hasn't slowed down. And so the question was, is there a saturation point where we will get to the level where, you're making millions and millions of cars a year and still selling them? And the answer is no, not in the foreseeable future, because there are still enormous parts of the world that do not have automobiles for the majority of their population. And they're not sparsely populated areas. They're very significantly populated. China and India, the majority of the population doesn't own an automobile. And that's going to be changing in the next 20 years. Africa as well, significant population that don't own automobiles. And many people still want to own automobiles. So the market for new cars will be increasing. That's the first component. The second component, which is kind of interesting, is that cars are not lasting as long as they used to, which I find fascinating, because the average age of a car on the road today is 12 years. That's the average age. You go back 20 years, and the average age for a car was closer to 17 years. So are cars not lasting longer? Yes. And the reason why is because people are driving more. It's not because cars are poorly built.
It used to be 100,000 car was done.
That's right.
Now it's 200,000.
And 100,000 was okay because you were driving mostly within your community. So a car with 100,000 miles after 14, 15 years, okay, that's not the end of the world. But a car with 100,000 miles after 5 years, that's when people start thinking, well, I better get another car. Well, I'll make this one last. They might make it last for another 5 years, but there's 10 years and now the car's got to go. So where do those cars go when they're done? Oftentimes, because new cars are so much more expensive to maintain once they get old, they don't get rebuilt.
Yes. Now, I don't know if we have a good signal out here.
Oh.
We're on right now because it would just do that black circle thing.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, the rain is not letting up. This is not expected today. have a graduation party to go to later today.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I have to do the dump later today. Gotta go get the little black pickup truck.
Ah,
That thing is running fantastically.
it's the new wheels that do.
It's the wheels. I put a little bit of liquid moly, I think it's called.
Oh.
It's like a lubricant for the engine, for higher mileage engines.
There you go.
I had a radio put in it. I went to Car Toys. A better way to go. Woo!
So now you're cruising with tunes.
It's got
And-
Bluetooth.
All you need is a mullet now.
Well, it's not a Camaro. It's just got its Camaro wheels.
It's a Camaro. It's a Camaro pickup truck, basically. Or that's the El Camino. It's the
Right.
Camaro pickup truck. That's Creative Countertops there.
Yeah. Is that who's doing your bathroom?
Well, that's doing they're doing the countertop for our bathroom.
Well, that's what what are they building over there?
I don't know. Man,
Clearwater Market.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Looks like a gas station.
It does.
In a market.
Hmm.
Wow.
Oh, look at
Not
those.
often you see new stuff happening like that.
That's especially here in the more rural area.
So that disappeared from the screen and I can't find my maps, but there it is there.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it moves it automatically.
I had to do that
Oh, okay.
because if I do this, it just gives me an arrow.
Ah,
If I do this, it shows me the whole map.
that's a nice feature.
Yeah.
That's usually where I put my phone when I'm navigating somewhere that I don't know. I'll just put it on the dash right there because it covers up the speedometer, but I stopped caring how fast I go years ago.
Well, I
suppose I shouldn't say that.
Well, you're not a speedster.
Uh,
I mean, every time I've driven with you, I felt like, come on, dude.
I drive when people are in my car with me, I'm a very different driver.
Oh,
unless I know them really well.
so the question is, do we try to go in here or do we just see where it is and then we figure for next time?
Well, I mean, we could try to go in here. We don't have that much time left on the show. We could wrap it up. Yeah, let's see what it's like in here first before it's still raining a bit, but it's not the end of the world.
So this is the home of Kitsap Towing as well.
Ah, very good people. Kids have
They're open 9 to 5, so they're open.
Yeah.
All right.
Kitsap Towing, by the way, I'm
Well, Liberty Towing is who I've been using a lot lately.
Liberty Towing is also very good. Kitsap is very good. They've got great rollbacks, and they will come and
Every time somebody says rollback, I think of the pricing at Walmart.
rollback. Yep.
The guy's like, yeah, we got a rollback. Oh, you're going to be cheaper. Although I've got Haggerty insurance for my 2 classic cars. The 68 wagon is under that right now.
Haggerty's great.
And the 79 Pontiac. And I've had to have both of them towed in. The 79 Pontiac will be in the parade.
Is it running?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it running.
Yeah. It needed the fuel filter. It needed a new fuel filter.
Okay.
And it needed a hose for the power steering.
All right.
And if that doesn't work, the filter, all visitors must check in at the office. I don't want to check in yet. So
Is it even open?
this is it back here. It's
Okay.
open.
All right.
This is Kitsap Towing here. This is the redemption area.
Yeah, we can pass on this.
No, I want to go back.
Do you?
Yeah, that's
Why
what
do we got to check in?
that's what they do. You have to pay to go in if you want to go in.
Really? You have to pay?
It's an auto wrecking and metal recycling place.
You got to pay to go in?
They charge $2 now at these places because what was happening was people just going in stealing a couple. I need this nut, I need this bolt. This way they're getting the coverage for it. The other reason they do it is insurance. Because if you pay admission, they're not as responsible or something like that. Whereas if they just let people walk in, they are. There's something about that.
Okay.
I don't want to end the show early, but I do
We've
want
got
to go up there. That's Adam was saying technology at its best when we're getting the directions. So we could go up there and just do this and leave the camera on.
We could do that.
I don't know if they'll allow that.
They might not.
We should ask permission. We should do a show from here.
Yeah, it'd be
They
great.
have a really good Facebook page. It's pretty funny. They show cars as they come in,
Mm.
and they're like, "Oh, look!" And they've got a European section. They've got a
Really?
classic American section.
All right. I can't stay long because I've got an appointment.
At what time?
I need to be ready to go from my place probably around 12:30.
Oh, we'll be back by then.
Okay.
All right. Well, it doesn't seem like we have a ton of questions, so we can do a shorter show today.
Let's do that. We can log out for the day.
Now, we do have an amazing show next week with this other car. Raffi knows what it is.
Yeah.
Why are you so excited? I think it could be a bring a trailer car as well.
Oh, okay.
I think it could be a bring a trailer car because another one just like it with only 8,000 more miles sold for $7,800. Not a one owner or anything special. So if you have any questions during the week, of course, you can text us at 610 CarYada. 610 CarYada. Please, if you haven't liked or followed the CarYada YouTube or Facebook page, CarYada Facebook page, please go like that now. And also, if you want to email us during the week, it's show@caryada.com. And we need 100 likes so we can stream on that page. Or 100
likes?
100 followers.
100 followers
on the CarYada page.
Yeah.
I'll work on that in the next few weeks.
Okay.
But I'm happy just being on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's
I'd rather that's where it can be monetized. That one we need 2,000 followers and 4,000 hours of viewing.
2,000. Okay.
Which we can get to.
Yeah.
And we can get monetized. And if we can make a few dollars, we can make the show that much better.
Yes.
But click the like wherever you're at right now. Just
like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, and ring that bell, as they say. That way you get notified. Any other final questions before we call it a day?
What part are you looking for?
If not available, I know a good nationwide parts search website. All right, cool. Thank you. KDC Garage, is this Dan Lindquist?
It might be.
Because he's not on, so I'm thinking the D.
KDC is, that's Dan.
Is that you, Dan? Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's Dan.
And Adam says, if there's a European section, is there an I'm a European section as well? Oh, Adam.
No, because if you're first a Russian, then European. If you're in a hurry to pee.
You're a Russian?
Yeah, you're Russian to pee.
All right. All the dad jokes. I can't announce what part we're looking for yet. Yeah, okay. Hey, Dan. I can't announce what part we're looking for because it'll give away what car we're looking for.
Right.
But I will let you know.
But looking to fix.
We do need a mirror, a driver's side, and a passenger mirror. Actually, we need 2 mirrors, and we need a console underneath the steering wheel, a little piece of plastic here. Those are the 3 major parts we need, if they have them here.
It's a steering column, the wrap for the bottom.
Yes, the bottom piece is missing.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's gonna be the show for today. We made it 50 minutes. That's good enough.
That's good.
They don't all have to be an hour. All right. Any questions? Homoculator. Yes, we're
looking for a homoculator.
I put that in the script, by the way. You probably noticed.
Did you bring my script?
I forgot because we'll print one at the office real quick before we go. All right. You could just read it on your phone or your.
I have it. I've been running practice. I'm
good.
practicing my lines on the computer.
We are filming a little bit of an episode during the 4th of July parade next Thursday, a week from Thursday.
Yeah.
And Bainbridge Island. If you want to come watch the parade, you can see Dan, Tony, and Eric.
Yep.
Character driving in the parade. There's a comedy show on the 29th at BPA. I'm the MC. A great comedian named Sam Miller is the headliner, and Lynette Manning is the feature. She's a headliner in her own right. So you basically get 3 headliners.
Wow.
It's going to be a really good show. BPATix.com if you want tickets for that. And that's it.
We'll see everybody next week.
We'll see you next time. Bye.